everybody, and welcome back for another LFC Madness show. It is the end of round one. We are now on to round two, and I'm joined by Coach Leon Hader. Leon, how you feeling?
Man, I'm excited. This round one, it was hot in some places, it was tight in others, and I'm just ready to get down and tell these fans where we're sitting.
Exactly, man. I mean, for instance, we have so many people in the final 16 for round two. It's about to get really, really exciting for LFC fans. There's so many different levels. There's so many different genres. There's so many different unique individuals really going into round two. So you ready to start off the first bout in the second round, Leon?
I am. So I think what we should do, because I got my notes. I got my notes here. I've done my research. I mean, look, the fans can go on lingeriefc.com and they can see the results themselves. But I like to think that they like seeing Mike Larkin. They like seeing Leon Hader. They love the black team coach because the other two coaches, they don't make videos. We do. So Let's give the people what they want to see, right? Go to lingeriefc.com. But otherwise, watch these videos for all the latest and greatest on LFC Madness. So in round one, we had Bianca Blance. She took on Crystal Clark, right? And I'm going to tell you, like you never know where it's going to go. Bianca Blance, she surprised a lot of people. Mike, she came through of all the votes, right? I don't know the numbers, but I know the percentages of all the votes for this whole competition. Bianca Blance came down with 10%. 10% of all the total votes. And even though Crystal Clark had 4% of all the votes, I'm telling you, Miss Bianca Blance moves on to round two. Now, who's she going against?
She is going against Ebony Mystique, who defeated Kaya Eve in the first round. Let me tell you something about Ebony Mystique. She's got the strike. She's got the quick footwork, man. When it comes to Ebony Mystique, she's serious. She's training. She is constantly in the gym. Don't let that beauty fool you. She is one to look at. And besides, with a name like Ebony Mystique, you have to live up to your name, and Mystique is what she possesses.
Now, Mike, I don't know, because Bianca Blance, she's, first of all, an Italian stallion, competitive wrestler, right? In her profile, it says that she's sadistic. Got a lot of stuff. You check out her Instagram. But I'll tell you what I'm interested in. She's got 5,000 followers. So if anybody knows how to get these votes, I don't know. It might be Bianca. So I'm looking to see what happens in that fight.
Hold on a second there, Mr. Leon Hader. While social media is great, it's the wave of the future. It is, technically speaking, the society that we live in. From a technological standpoint and prowess, everybody loves them some social media. That's great. She's got amazing followers, but she's also a wrestler out of Italy. She has the talent. She has the finesse. It's not always about the social media following. Sometimes you got to look at them for the person that they are. Let me tell you something about Bianca Blance. She's ready to kick. She's ready to strike. She's ready to whoop ass and take some names. Bianca Blance is one to look out for. But, man, let's not just go all about social media. You know what I'm saying? It's great to have that social media, but hey, when you're you and you're staying true, can't go wrong.
All right, well, I guess we'll see what happens, right?
Right.
Next fight, we had the Egyptian sensation, Jaya Khan. Jaya?
Jaya.
She's pretty. I know that much, right?
Yep.
We had Jaya Khan. She took on Victoria, what did I say here? Victoria Andriola. And I'll be honest, Jaya Khan came through with the win. Looking for a lot of things. She might be a dark horse. I mean, like I said, she's Egyptian. I'm thinking about the Katy Perry music video. Dark horse, Egypt, Jaya Khan. Who's she going against?
She is going against Regan Kennedy, and she has that jiu-jitsu. She has that vicious bite as a gator, she put it. Man, she's giving Agatha Cannibal Carter a run for her money, Mr. Leon.
Okay.
You have a bite, you have the jiu-jitsu background, but what you're forgetting about, man, we got to talk about Jaya Khan for a second, man. University I ran, competed in amateur no-holds-barred events. She most definitely is someone to look out for, and you have that international flow with Egypt. You got Regan Kennedy, who's all about that jiu-jitsu, vicious bite, biting, striking. That is what is equipped when it comes to LFC, especially the last events that we had in Sturgis. My God, biting on the butts, biting on the necks. We are in a room full of biters. I feel like I'm at a bug event. I'm at a bug museum, and this ain't even LFC anymore.
Hey, those are the type of things that'll get you suspended.
Yep.
You know, just I know all about that.
Oh my God, you got to stop throwing people around, man. Well, you got something thrown, man, in your face in the cake. Man.
Let's move on.
All right,
let's move on. That's an outtake for another day. So we had Paulie Athena. Paulie Athena, right? She took on Jade Arredondo in the first round. And tell you what, it was Jade Arredondo that pulled off the W. She moves on to round 2. Now let me tell you about Jade.
Yep.
Lucha, Mexico. I know you said it doesn't matter, but Mike, it's about votes. She's got 1,400 followers on Instagram. She is a competitive wrestler. Jade Arredondo moves on to round 2. Who does she face?
Oh my goodness gracious. We're talking about Jade Arredondo, man. Leon, she is going against Ashley Bones. Man, let me tell you something about Ashley Bones, an independent wrestler. She's all about the roller skates. She was trained by professional wrestler Jeremiah Plunkett, who was in the TNA Gut Check back in 2011. He was a fellow wrestler in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, and she was trained by Thomas Latimer, better known to professional wrestling fans as Bram. Bram, who was in NXT as a part of the Ascension when he was Kenneth Cameron. Bram, who was in TNA, NWA. She has the grit and determination, and it shows throughout with her trainers.
She sounds tough.
Very tough.
And I have a little bit of inside info. Miss Bones, of all the votes, she came through with 20% of all the votes. So that is one to look for. Like that's big. Ashley, not only is she tough, but she also seems to know how to get people behind her. I think Jade Arredondo has her work cut out for her.
Well, when you have a name like Smashly Bones and your name is Bones, and no, I'm not talking about the 2001 film featuring Snoop Dogg and Pam Grier. I am talking about Ashley Bones. She's ready to bring them bones. Bone Thugs and Harmony. What she's doing is meeting Jade Arredondo at the crossroads.
Round 2, baby. We'll see what's going on. Moving on. Let's talk about this one here. You had September Rain. Love that name. Makes you think about Prince.
Yep.
Right? Well, it's 2 different songs, but she took on Rachel Adams. And with 9% of the total votes, Rachel Adams, she won. She moves on to round 2. Who's she going against, Mike?
First and foremost, did you just equip Earth, Wind, and Fire and friggin' Prince all in one together? I like your style. See, I'm not the only pop culture guy on this show.
Purple Rain in September. I just did an R&B mashup. That's how excited I am right now. September Rain didn't make it, but that name can go on to great success elsewhere, just not an LFC round 1.
Do you remember? She is taking on London Storm, who defeated Brianna Hogan. Let me tell you something about London Storm. She's a sessions wrestler, Leon. She is relatively new. She has been through it. She's been through the struggles in her life, and those struggles led to her empowerment, led her to sessions wrestling, and it's led her here to the LFC Madness tournament. For me, London Storm is one to look out for, and one that is purely going to dominate.
We'll see. Moving on. Round 1, we had Ambra Pixie. She took on Emma Ray. Moving on to round 2, it's the Italian. She's 5'2", 100 pounds. She's got 4,100 followers on Instagram. Moving on to round 2, Mike Larkin is Ambra Pixie. How about that?
You sound like a teenager while going on about social media followers. This is you like right now, man. You went from Coach Leon Hader to like a teenage girl on a Snapchat. What the hell's wrong with you today?
Look, we're going to go off on a tangent here. This competition is about votes, right? And so it's important when someone gets 20%, 10% of all the votes, right? So that's what I'm looking at. But when we finish this breakdown, I have a little bit of advice on the fighting side of things, but I have to bring that up. See, right now, this is a virtual contest, right? They're not actually fighting. They bring a lot to the table, but you could be the most badass fighter in the world. But if you only have 2 people that care about you enough to vote, you ain't going nowhere in LFC. You ain't going nowhere in LFC Madness. So it is important. I'm excited right now. I'm animated because I really like what I'm seeing, but you can't deny what followers these fighters have and what that can do for them in LFC Madness. So, I mean, is it any coincidence that someone who has over 4,000 followers on social media made it past someone who doesn't? I don't know, but tell me who she's going against.
All right, fair enough there. You got her going against Danielle Sabrowski, who in an upset, very close by 1%, against Sabrina Unger. Let me tell you something, man. I was shocked by this because Sabrina Unger, Jamie Senegal, CZW Dojo Wars, I'm talking about TNA, Impact Wrestling, NWA, Empower, and she gets the L and Danielle Sabrowski gets the win. Now, I love me some Danielle, timekeeper for Sturgis, but I was very shocked to see this, very neck and neck, and it really does showcase the fact that we're going to see possibly Danielle Sabrowski in there, man. She's the blonde bombshell, and she is looking to drop a bomb on us, Gap Band style, when she gets into the LFC.
Hey, look, it was an upset, right? Seeing Danielle Sabrowski take out, as you said, Sabrina Unger in the pedigree that she brings. But again, I stress, and I can't stress enough, that it's about the votes. So now you got someone with so much background who's out, right? Unger, out. Daphne's daughter, out. Got to vote. So I'm happy, and I'm interested to see what Ambra Prixie and Danielle Sabrowski are going to do. Moving on. Let's talk about Rita Clash and Ashley Graham. They were in round one, and I'll tell you what, Ashley Graham, her last name's Graham because Instagram. She's got 19,000 followers. She is a model. She is a self-proclaimed Tinkerbell. And look, you can laugh if you want, because I don't got 19,000 followers. By the way, at Leon Hader at Instagram, follow your boy. But Black Team Coach, LFC, Pro Wrestling. Listen, Ashley Graham, AKA Instagram. That should be her nickname, Instagram Ashley. Look, she came through. She won. So, Mike, you better come with some good competition. Who is Ashley Graham going against?
First and foremost, friggin' Instagram, Ashley Graham. Friggin', you're gonna self-promote yourself right now, you self-promotional man whore, friggin' getting all them likes on Instagram and follows. All right, now enough with you. We're gonna talk about her opponent, Denise Torres, taking out Martha Morena. She is 4'11", fun size, feisty, fiery MMA. She's self-taught in MMA, Leon. Self-taught. She calls herself the Dynamite. And no, I'm not talking about that show that was on TNT. I'm talking about Dynamite, TNT Dynamite. Friggin', oh, good times. Anyway, we have Denise Torres, 4'11", the size, the stature. Yes, she may be short, but she's feisty, she's spunky, and she's ready to take it all out on a future LFC opponent.
Hey, that's round two. Let's see what happens. And that leads us to one more fight. Mm-hmm. One more fight that I think that we've disagreed on a couple of things, but this one right here we can agree on.
Yes.
Is this upcoming fight. We had Frankie Fox take on Chasen Monroe. Mm-hmm. Now, Frankie Fox, she came in first place, Mike, of all the votes, thousands of votes, 26% of people voted for Frankie Fox. She is number one. She's a number one draft pick in first place right now when it comes to votes. In a competition where votes matter, Frankie Fox is in the lead. So I hope and pray that whoever you have her going against is gonna bring some competition. Who you got?
Well, first and foremost, I may have to stand up and dance for this, so give me 2 seconds here. What she's going up against is, man, I'm going to tell you right now, it's the Dominator. It's Betty Brick House. Ooh. She's mate, just letting it all hang out. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, don't hurt yourself, Mike. Don't hurt yourself.
Bro, it's Betty Brickhouse, man. And she took out Lita Lecherous in the first round, and now she's going against Frankie Fox. Frankie Fox, like you mentioned so eloquently, man, she is a fan favorite. She's at number one stunner, She is taking on Betty Brickhouse. Now, this woman right here, power lifter, sessions wrestler, mud wrestler, dominatrix. She could do it all. And she is looking to defy everything from the diversity, from the overall preference, from the uniqueness, from everything that goes into LFC. She's a plus size woman, but she is a beautiful woman, and she is ready to step a foot and that power and prowess in LFC.
I'll tell you what, one more stat I got. Frankie Fox, 26% of the votes, first place. Your girl that made it through to round two, Brickhouse, she placed two. She got 18% of the votes. So you got two of the most popular people in this competition are heading off in round two. This could have been the finale, but it's going to be settled in round two. Now, Mike, that's it. That's who we got going forward. In closing, I want to stress again for the fans that love to watch what you and I do here, y'all got to vote. What does it cost to vote? $1?
Costs us $1 to vote.
$1, you can put more. $1 is going to let them know that you care enough to see them go further in this competition, right? It's all it takes. And I don't know this for sure, but I would be willing to bet that some of these fights in round one were settled. They were neck and neck, and someone won by just 10, 20, 30, whatever it was within a small percentage. So, you know, that $1 could be enough to push it over the edge. I mean, it probably not, but I mean, it could. This isn't the presidential election. We're not doing recounts, but that's what I say to the fans, right? Now I have this for the fighters. And listen closely. This is Coach Leon talking. This is a competition, right? You moved on to round two. There's some people out there that love you. That's great. Some of you guys have the social media following, some more than others. But what I want to see as a coach, what Joel Kane and what Audrey Monique want to see, what we appreciate, is content. Ladies, I want to see you at the gym. I want to see you punching a bag. I want to see you tackling somebody. Put some content out there. Tag LFC Madness. Let us know. Let the fans know what you bring to the table, because it's getting real. Mike, it's getting real in the field. And as we move on to the finals, let me rewind and show you the two girls that were probably the most active in promoting social media for LFC Madness 2, none other than T. Bella Madison and Bella Rockefeller. And they found themselves with one hell of a battle at the last booty camp show. So girls, if you want to get ahead, put in the work, put in the effort, impress me, right? Because at the end of the day, I may be the one to recruit you. And if you don't do enough for me, I'm sending your ass right over to the pink team.
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to say this about as far as content. You do not see Joel Kane and Audrey Monique doing what we do. We're not out putting ourselves out on video and just talking about it. You don't see Audrey Monique and Joel Kane. Nah, you see Coach Leon Hader and you see the podcast host, the podcast machine, Mike Larkin. Listen, everybody, go to LingерieFC.com. Click on LFC Madness 3. Vote, do what you need to do, and showcase these talents. Like Leon said, T. Bella Madison, Bella Rockefeller, build that feud. Sheena the Hungarian Hurricane Bathory, Shaylin built their feud. We need people to go out there, showcase your stuff. LFC 35, we were in the building. We were right front and center and saw what those four women brought to each other in those bouts. We need some more of that. Put yourself out there. Instagram, Twitter, do what you need to do. It's LFC, it's madness, and we about to go into round 2.
Hey. Appreciate it. Love all you guys. Love the support. Mike, hey, let's do this thing next week and bring out round 3.
Round 3, you know how it's going to be. This is who we be. Rest in peace, DMX, and we out.